At Focus on Liberia, we discuss everything Liberia, from education to politics, arts and culture, entertainment, agriculture, history, religion, family, and technology. Focus on Liberia uncovers and showcases the best of Liberia and shows the world the truth about Liberia. We educate, elevate, and promote all things Liberia. We conduct interviews, panel discussions, debates, and more. Tune in to Focus on Liberia on Facebook and YouTube and be a part of the stories that make up the news.
This is Focus on Liberia, and I am Dennis Jah.
At Focus on Liberia, we discuss everything Liberia, from education to politics, arts and culture, entertainment, agriculture, history, religion, family, and technology. Focus on Liberia uncovers and showcases the best of Liberia and shows the world the truth about Liberia. We educate, elevate, and promote all things Liberia. We conduct interviews, panel discussions, debates, and more. Tune in to Focus on Liberia on Facebook and YouTube and be a part of the stories that make up the news.
This is Focus on Liberia, and I am Dennis Jah.
And I am Ansony Sieh. A pleasant good afternoon. And welcome to Focus on Liberia. Of course, this is the hour of politics where we do the analysis of the issues, especially the political issues in Liberia. Do me a favor here quickly as we get to this succinct topic. Share the broadcast with somebody in your contact. The nation Liberia remains the focus, and we all collectively have a responsibility. That responsibility is to ensure that Liberia progresses. When Liberia makes progress, Liberians will be prouder of their own country, Liberia. And so this new administration came in, and they promised to hit the ground running, and everybody will have their own assessment as to whether they got the ground running already. And so, folks, let's get to it. The topic for today is assessing President Boakai's 100 days deliverables with 21 days left. You heard me. We have only 21 days left for the 100 days promised by the president of Liberia, His Excellency Joseph Boakai. Many Liberians would say, I would say President Boakai. He got 21 days left out of the 100 days that he promised to deliver, and deliver a lot of things. And I have some of those things here because we have the 100 days deliverable plan in our possession. And as you can see on the screen, 100-day deliverables, JMB and JKK administration. So they came and they said, in 100 days, we are going to accomplish and achieve and implement and execute and deliver for the Liberian people this laundry list of things so that Liberians can get to know they have a new administration that has got into business and running the ground. I love that. And so, what are the 100 days? But let me do something here that you will like. You know, wasn't that a good idea to have deliverables set to be completed in 100 days to assure the Liberian people that there will be no business as usual, as promised by the president, now Joseph Boakai? And so if one must succeed in life, and it's irrespective of what one engages in, right? You must have a plan. You know, when my mother is about to cook the pan butter, she has a plan. Depending on the situation, meat will be there, fish will be there, or depending on the situation, it will just be mushroom or pumpkin, you know. And then we have pan butter. We can have a pan butter pumpkin, and it will serve the purpose of feeding the family for that particular day. So whatever one does, there must be a plan. You know, so especially talking about governing a country, you must have a plan. And so let us give it to this administration that came up with a plan called the 100 Days Deliverable. In today's edition of the Hour of Politics, we are assessing President Boakai's 100-day deliverable plan. Where are they? 21 days left, 79 days gone now. Where are they? Do you remember all of the things they even promised in the 100 days deliverable? Well, this is our responsibility here as a media institution to bring you all the things that they promised. If not all, we can give you a summary of them and to also tell you whether or not they are at a point where we can say, well, they will achieve it or they will not achieve it. This is what the assessment is all about. And so, folks, without further delay, the 100-day deliverable objectives of plans that they put together, let us know whether the plan was even completed, done, and sealed. Let's get to know that first. So I have a copy in we have a copy in our possession of the 100 days deliverables plan. The last time we heard from the office of the president, they informed her officially that 100 days deliverable plan was still a draft and they were working on it. When they informed her at that time, they were just 35 days into office when they had said the 100 days deliverable plan was still a draft and they were doing the finishing touches so that they will roll out our plan for them to do the implementation. But they also indicated that though it was still a draft, since they knew all of the things in the plan, they have started work already. And so where are we now? Do they even have the final copy of the 100 days deliverable plan? There is no information whatsoever. They have not informed her officially that they have completed the drafting of the 100 days deliverable plan. So if we don't even have a complete 100-day deliverable plan, are we sure that the 100 days deliverables will be achieved because it remains a draft as far as we know as a media institution? That is one thing we want to get out of the window. So the whole thing about 100 days deliverable, the plan that they have is still a draft. Until they can tell us it is completed, they inform us officially that it was still being worked on and what they have is still a draft. So they still have a draft. Now, that is out of the window. So for you to implement this plan, because this plan is divided into sectors. We have some things they want to do, in agriculture. They want to do some things on roads that falls under the Ministry of Public Works. They have some things they want to do on tourism, and those are things that fall under the Ministry of Information, Cultural Affairs, and Tourism. And so many things they have based on sector. They even talk about cleaning the city of Monrovia, beautifying the beautification aspect of the city of Monrovia that falls under the MCC. That is the Monrovia City Corporation. So many things, different institutions, sector by sector, they lay it all out in their draft. So to have these things completed, the first thing you needed to do was to have in place the officials and the institutions that have the statutory responsibility to implement these things, constituted, commission, especially the leaders there, to get to work and hit the ground running for us to get the business done. My point is, the government knew they had 100 days to deliver a laundry list of issues that they are promising the Liberian people, or they are promised the Liberian people. But the president did not even have these ministers, these officials who will spearhead the execution, the implementation, and delivering these things at the various sectors of ministries and agencies. Those officials were not in place in the first place. It has been taking the government now up to 79 days today to constitute a government. And as we speak, the government is not 100% constituted or completed. So you have an incomplete government. You have an incomplete 100 days deliverable plan. How do you complete what is incomplete as we speak? So the plan is incomplete, the government is incomplete, and now they are telling us in the remaining 21 days, the 100 days deliverable will be achieved. How is that believable? And so they are not on a good footing in achieving the 100 days deliverable plan. Because if you don't have your government formed completely yet, if you don't have the plan completed yet, how do you complete the 100 days deliverable plan? Hey, for the sake of fairness, you don't have to have Papa home in order to have a good meal. When the provisions are made, maybe the sister in the house can get the pan butter prepared for the family to eat, right? And so we will be fair, because that is all we do. We always try to be fair. And so let's say, well, it's okay. They don't have all the government officials in place yet. They have not completed the plan yet, but these things can still be done, right? So where are we now with the things that they promise to achieve in the 100 days? Now, one of the things they promise in the 100 days deliverable plan is the fight against corruption. That in 100 days, they will accomplish a lot of things. And we will see that the ground is being hit running. So on objective 1, according to their 100-day deliverable plan draft, the title is Fight Against Corruption. It reads, the nation's first action to rebuild the economy and reduce the cost of living is the fight against corruption. In this light, the following needs to be done in 100 days to realize this objective. Number 1, commission comprehensive audit of all ministry of agencies and commissions. Conduct forensic audits across government, beginning with the Ministry of Finance and Development Planning and the Central Bank of Liberia. Introduce fiscal rules and travel ordinances. Commission audit of budget allocation and implementation. Review of income and expenditure across all ministry agencies and commissions. Ensure effective strengthening of anti-corruption institutions. Review of HR personnel hiring process across all ministry agencies and commission. And by that, they're talking about payroll, the civil service salaries and salary disparities, overstaffing, and salary arrears. Now, let us look at where we are with that. That is a huge list there that they said they will accomplish in 100 days. And this falls under the fight against corruption. They said they will commission audits across all government agencies, ministries, and commission. The question is, we want to know whether audits have been commissioned by the government across all ministries and agencies. In other words, they will make sure that audit will be going on at all government agencies and ministries. The last time there was a commission audit, the President of the Republic of Liberia had commissioned that the NSA should be audited. A month or two later, the President pulled back that audit. He decommissioned the audit that was commissioned by the office of the President. In other words, Joseph Boakai said, I will audit NSA. NSA is where the corruption has been going on. Because this government agency cannot be audited, government upon government with appropriate huge amount of money, no audit whatsoever. How they spend that money, no one knows. And so Joseph Boakai felt that that was a serious point of corruption. And so we needed to know as a people how the money they've been spending sent into that particular ministry, that agency, has been expended over the time. Joseph Boakai, I definitely agree with him. Look, it is a statutory responsibility of the General Auditing Commission that any agency of government, this is by constitution, my people, that receive a penny taking in allocation from the Republic of Liberia must be audited. So Joseph Boakai was right, in my opinion. But he chickened out. He said, no, I can't audit the place that I wanted to audit. So that is out of the way. I said this to say, the promise in 100 days deliverable says they will commission audits across all government agencies, ministries, and commission. And by the way, there are 103 government spending entities. In other words, there are about 103 agencies of government where government send money from the budget that must be audited. Do we have audits commissioned at all of these ministries and agencies as we speak? That was the promise. The answer is no. We do not have that. Now, there is a commission audit that is going on as we speak by the GAC upon the request of the Civil Service Agency. The agency has been headed by Mr. Josiah Joker Jr., who is the Director General. He wants all the 103 civil service agents, 103 spending entities of government to be audited so as to identify who are actual names on the payroll and who are not actual names, in other words, ghost names, so that these ghost names can be eliminated. Do we know whether the audit across all 103 government spending entities have been commissioned by this new administration? I don't know. That is not to my full knowledge as we speak. But that was the promise that was made. The thing is, they have 21 days left where all audits be commissioned at all ministries, agencies. Now, the legislature is one agency of government that has not been audited for over 18 years. The judicial branch of government is another agency that has not been audited for over 18 years, if I'm not mistaken. In fact, according to an associate justice at the at the judicial branch of government, or the Supreme Court, she said that about 90% of the Ministry of Justice employees have not been regularized, and there are reasons to believe there are so many ghost names at the Ministry of Justice and also at the judicial branch of government. And so these audits are needed. But do we have all the audits commissioned so far? Not to our knowledge. Now, they also said that the audit will start with the Ministry of Finance and Development Planning, and it will go to the Central Bank of Liberia. Is the Central Bank of Liberia being audited? They said they will introduce fiscal rules and travel ordinances. I have not heard any pronouncement on that. They also promised that civil servant salary disparity will be addressed. In other words, you are a carpenter at Ministry of Justice. I am a carpenter at the Ministry of Information. You are making more than me because you are finance, and I am making less because I'm at information. They said that disparity will be corrected. I don't know any effort to be taking place as we speak to address that salary disparity. And they have 21 days left to accomplish that. Do you think that which they could not or have not been able to accomplish in 79 days will be accomplished in 21 days? I think you know your answer. Another thing they said is overstaffing. It's true. If you look at, say, the MPA and you look at other places, other agencies, the agencies are overstaffed with individuals. They said they're going to address that. So, because there's a report that there are some of the agencies that have so many consultants, some of them having 15 to 16 consultants. How many consultants do we need for one agency? That is overstaffing. All right. I think Mo Ali reported the last time that not I think, but for sure he said it, that is the Water and Sewer Corporation. The Liberia Water and Sewer Corporation has more security personnel to provide security than technical people or even plumbers, according to the Director General. So that is overstaffing. How many security personnel do you need at Water and Sewer? So let's divide into 3 shifts. Let's say the morning shift that runs from, say, sensor security, let's say from 6, probably from 6 a.m., let's put it to 2. All right. How many security personnel do you need? At that agency, at that building, how many persons do you need to provide security? Do you think you need maybe the 5-person on shift? Well, let's take it like that. So 5 times 3 should be 15. So if you have 15 security personnel, wouldn't that serve the purpose? But according to Mo Ali, they had more security personnel, up to 90% who are security personnel for the Liberia Water and Sewer Corporation compared to plumbers and people that they need in the field. So that is overstaffing. How will they address? Are they addressing this kind of issue? That is one of the things that they promise also. These promises are good, but whether or not they will accomplish them in 100 days, that's one thing that we are looking at. Now they talk about salary arrears. As we speak, since this government came into force, the government owes salary arrears that it inherited, and also now it has been in office now for 79 days. That is over 2 months. And so I don't know whether they have paid people so far. So they have not addressed the issue of salary arrears. But according to their 100 days deliverable plan, they will ensure that within 100 days, they will wipe out all the salary arrears owed. How far are they? Now, when we're talking about oil, I think the government did something that was impressive the other time. They put some money in the budget to eliminate domestic debt that they owe to individuals. I think that should include salary arrears. I'm not sure. But is the government in a position in the last 21 days to pay all the salary arrears that they owe civil servants and other people? I'm not sure they have time enough to do it. If they could not do it in 79 days, I'm not sure if they can accomplish that in the remaining 21 days. Now, another promise they made was or is on the issue of road. They said ensure that all primary corridors remain pliable during all weather, along with all drainages systems. And they say all the drainages, they're using the word all. All. They say ensure all primary road corridors remain pliable during all weather conditions in Liberia and all drainages. So you remember the big saying that no car will get stuck in the mud in 100 days. They documented that in their 100 days deliverable plan. How far we are now? As a media institution, we are aware that the government of Liberia has issued contracts, road construction contracts, in the tune of $21 million by the Ministry of Public Works. But that was done without the knowledge and approval of the legislative branch of government. So they ran into trouble with that. So as we speak, we don't know where they even got the $21 million from. Now, the thing is, they may have the money. They may have given out these contracts, but do they have enough time? So let's say, well, they have the money, the $21 million is available. So as to work on these roads, they said all major road corridors, they said, they will remain pliable. They have 21 days left. The 21 days left, those number of days enough for them to ensure that all roads in Liberia, all major roads in Liberia are pliable. So let's assume they have the money. Let's assume they have given out the contracts to contractors to get the work done. Do we have the contractors on the roads already working because they have 21 days left? And within 21 days time, would they ensure that all these roads are pliable? I don't believe. Because to do road work is not just like sweeping your garage that can be done in a few minutes. You're talking about some roads that are about 50 kilometers long. that are very horrible, deplorable. You have mods. You have some breaches that you have to fix. You have to train your staff, or if you already have a trained staff, you got to deploy them. They need time to do the work. They need to move their equipment in those areas, especially in my home country of Grand Crew. To get there can take you days, and you are moving heavy equipment in those areas. You have 21 days left. Is there a possibility that this is achievable in the remaining 21 days? I will say no. Even if you have the money, even if you have the people contracted already, why if you don't have them in the field already working? But I must submit to you that they have started doing some work on some of the roads already. And all is just the usual thing. You put some kind of old yellow machine that might, break down the next day or so and just greater in the road. These are the images that we see. I have not seen any coordinated, substantive, and well put together operation on these roads to make these roads pliable as they promise. Some of the roads, as bad as they are, given the severity of the mud, some of those muds can be so deep that when you step in it, it comes all the way to your waist. You have to remove that part of mud, fill that place with sand or crushed rocks, maybe put some. The people in the field will tell you what to do. But it is obvious that you need to remove the mud and replace that part of mud with something like sand or rocks or something else to prevent that mud from piling up in that area again, especially during the rainy season. And if you even do so, that is not enough. There must be a drainage that will control the flow of water, because it's the flow of water, usually the water sets in that place. And that's how you get this stop out of mud, and then people get stuck in the mud. So this is not a joking matter. This is serious work that must be put into this effort to accomplish it. 79 days gone, and we are nowhere significantly whatsoever. How sure are we that in 21 days this will be done? There is no magic to that. I'm not sure that will be accomplished in the remaining 21 days. Another big move they make, and I call it big move without any hesitation, is on the issue of aviation. They put it on objective number 3. Upgrading of fire equipment for flight movement in compliance with International Civil Aviation Organization recommended safety and security standards, purchase of communication equipment to ensure communication link with control tower. This is, my people. And then they will acquire and also the installation of 1.2 megawatt generator with automatic transfer switch as backup to the existing power supply. This is, they're talking about the airport here, my people. Where are we with that? Where are we with that? I don't know. Maybe they know, they should tell us. We need a report. Now, they talk about objective number 4, drugs and substance abuse. Make the issue of illicit drug and substance abuse a national emergency. They have accomplished that. The president made the pronouncement. He even took drug tests. Whether drug test is enough, that is another joke there, in my opinion. Enhance the existing program and create additional programs that remove disadvantaged youth and drugs addicts off the street, rehabilitate, refurbish, and provide drugs to mental health hospitals and clinics across the nation. Ensure that rehabilitative youth receive income-generating skills and are integrated into the society. What a big promise. Do you think they will accomplish that? They say before the 100 days, they will remove all the youth who are abusing drugs, who own coach and all other substances. They will remove them from the street. They will ensure that rehabilitation centers are functional for the youth to be there. And not only that, they will remove them off the street, they will pull them in confined areas, rehabilitation centers. There will be rehabilitators. And within the same 100 days, They will make sure that they are back in the society, rehabilitated with employable skills. Big talk. How can you achieve that in 100 days? How? You want me to read that again from their own plan? I will do so. I repeat, rehabilitate, refurbish, and provide drugs to mental health hospitals and clinics across Liberia. Have they done that? And they continue to say, ensure that rehabilitated youth receive income-generating skills and are reintegrated into the society. Big talk. They are nowhere with that. And in 21 days that remaining, they will not achieve it. It's just a fact. It is just a fact. And that is why we are reporting to you that this is just an assessment of this very big plan and big talk that they put out there that they were going to accomplish is in 100 days. Where is the youth rehabilitation center? Don't we see the youth still roaming in the streets in graveyards? Have you heard where they remove them from the street? Do we know that there's any rehabilitation work going on at any rehabilitation center for drug addicts anywhere? Are they even thinking about it? Who is responsible to do that anyway? So, folks, it is the government responsibility to make the big promise. 79 days gone, we are nowhere with that. 21 days left. I don't think they will accomplish that. This is an assessment. Another big one. Objective number 5, according to their plan. Ensure that all waste backlogs are removed from the city and its environs. This will entail the complete removal of all garbage currently piled up in major locations of the city and holding centers and relocated to the landfill site. This will require logistics and manpower. How many persons have they recruited and trained? They're talking about manpower now. That they will remove all the dead parts, all right, at all garbage centers in Monrovia. They will do that, all of them. They said they will clear all transfer stations, prepare landfill for accessibility, clear waste transfer station in Fiamma and Stunter Creek transfer station, clear major drainages and sewages in the city of Monrovia. Clean the following drainages and sewages: Sorinwin, PHP Community, Garrett Street, Water Street, and so on and so forth. Cleaning of major cemetery. Cleaning of major cemetery sites in Monrovia. The following have been identified for immediate intervention: Oro Muslim Cemetery, Palm Grove Cemetery on Central Street, and Garrett Street. Then they continue by saying the beautification of the city of Monrovia. Enforce the city ordinance on the removal of makeshift structure and stalls that hinder pedestrian and the Unity Party people, they can speak people, and vehicular movement. The cars are talking about, so, or along major streets, and ensure that property owners comply with requirement of the cleaning and painting of their properties along major streets in Monrovia. Hello, is the Ministry of Finance painted, first of all? Their own ministry and agency, have they painted it? In the Ministry of Finance, that ministry is still looking dilapidated, discouraging and embarrassing and shameful. But they are telling us in 100 days, they will ensure that buildings along the major streets in Monrovia will be painted, all will be painted. So let's start with the government painting its own building in the first place. Have you done that? Do you even have plan to do so? But according to their plan, that's what they will do. We are assessing the 100 days deliverable plan. These are their own words. This is their own plan. And we are only assessing because they promise that these things will be done in 100 days and we'll have 21 days left. They talk about the drainages in Monrovia. They talk about the cemetery, the graveyards, to put it in our ordinary language. That all of the graveyards will be clean. All the drainages will be clean. And there will be a free flow of water through the drainages. For those of you listening to us in Monrovia, do you know now that all the drainages have been cleaned? Have they gone 50%? How far have they gone so far? Have they even started? Maybe they have started. I don't know. We don't know. How far are we? There's a major drainage on the Savannah Drive from the Freeport there. Where are we with that? Hello? This is what was promised in the 100 days deliverable plan. We must emphasize that remains a draft. Another big talk is said. Enforce the removal of all dilapidated signboards, billboards, and broken down vehicles from the sidewalks. From the sidewalks. All right. So, those of you in Morovia, tell us, do you not see any dilapidated signboard standing somewhere, billboard standing somewhere, any car that is broken down and on the sidewalk somewhere? They said they were going to clear all of these things within 100 days. And they went on to say they will restore law and order in marketplaces, enforce state ordinance on street selling, and ensure that marketers sell their products only at designated sites. Regular removal of all garbage disposal at marketplaces in collaboration with the Liberian Marketing Association and communities around the markets. Hello, those of you in real life, come and help me here. How are we doing in real life? In other words, they are saying those who are selling the streets, all of them will be removed. Let's check with Douala Market how we're doing. Do we not see some people selling the streets? Because everybody's supposed to be within the market. Anyway, they have 21 days left. So maybe from now on to 21 days, from now on to the end of the remaining 21 days, this will be accomplished. We want these things to be accomplished because these things were promised. We are only assessing them now to inform the government, look, this is the promise that you made. These are the things you said you will achieve in 100 days. You've gone 79 days. We have 21 days left. Where are you with these things? And are you sure that you will be able to accomplish these things in the remaining 21 days? The last time I heard people pleading with marketers to move to a mega tower and go within the building instead of selling in the streets. All right. So the government must ensure that they accomplish these things in the remaining 21 days. That is our interest and hope here. They talk about education. Under education, they say ensure the timely payment of wire fees for all 9 and 12 grader. Retain and review the effectiveness and efficiency and optimize the free tuition program. Ensure adequate academic and logistical support to the targeted institution for the covering 22,000 students. They also said they will submit a bill to establish the Liberian TV Commission, which is LACOM. Where are we? Have they submitted the bill on the TV Commission? I don't know whether the TV Commission will make TV to work in Liberia. You already have TV on the Ministry of Education, on the Ministry of Youth and Sport. You have TV in place. If those TVs are not working, I don't know what different way a commission make for TV to work. What needs to be done is implement the rules, the regulation, the programs. That's all that matters. It doesn't matter whether it's on the Ministry of Youth and Sport, whether on the Ministry of Education, whether it's a separate commission like LACON or TV Commission they're talking about. The commission will not do the work. That the people will do the work. We have people at Ministry of Education, at Ministry of Youth and Sports that are heading these TV programs. Let them do their work and the job will be done. It is not, but again, that is a promise that they made that they will submit a bill for the establishment of a TV commission. They have 21 days to do that. I just hope that will be completed. They said set a date for the resumption of the county meet and do it within the period of 1 month after inauguration. They have failed with that. They said they will do it 1 month after inauguration. 1 month after inauguration means immediately when the government is 1 month into office, we will have a date set for the county meet. Maybe they have it now. But the fact is that they were not able to accomplish that 1 month immediately after inauguration. So that is a promise that they failed on. Now, another thing they promise is Under objective number 8, investment, they call it trade and concession. Resurvey the NPA land space. They say they're going to resurvey the entire land space covering the National Port Authority. Have they done that? I don't know if they have done that. Streaming trade into the National Development Strategy and Program of donors and partners. I have no information on that. Focus on Liberia cannot tell you whether they have done that. Review, enhance, and implement Liberia's compliance with the Kimberlin Certificate Scheme. Restructure the Inspectorate and Monitoring Division to effectively monitor mining sites to minimize illegal mining and smuggling. And this one, I can tell you, is a flop. Illegal mining is going on all over. The Ministry of Mines is not up to the task. The last time we heard that there was some illegal mining going on in Riverside, and some youth fell dead because of mudslide in the area. Illegal mining is still going on. The government does not even, almost like does not have the capacity to stop that from happening. I'm not talking about my home county of Grand Crew. It's a sanctuary of illegal mining, and I don't think the government is able to even reach there to stop the illegal mining that's going on. And that can be said about other counties that are even near the capital of Monrovia. We are assessing the 100 days deliverable. They say all of these things will be accomplished in 100 days. Now we come to economic and financial governance. Resubmit a new draft budget for 2024. They accomplished that. They resubmitted the budget with public sector investment program, PSIP, at least 15%, earmarking for mental and public health. Low, this is a major promise that they made. And let me assess that to see if they have accomplished that. The budget that they resubmitted is in the tune of 620 million and above. According to their promise here, they said that the public sector investment program will be at least 15%. What do we call public sector investment? Public sector investment is money invested in sectors that benefit the Liberian people. For example, hospitals, schools, roads, electricity, the provision of water. These are public sector investment. The government is saying in this 100 days deliverable plan, they will resubmit the budget. They have done that. But when they submit the budget, the public sector investment portion of the budget will be at least 15%. In other words, they will spend 15% of the budget on the Liberian people to improve their human and material condition, that they will have better access to pliable roads, that they will have better access to hospitals that will beat them, will not be death traps. They will accomplish that. That there will be the provision of electricity, and you know well than I do, our people are dying from the heat. The electricity is not stable. This government promised that it will invest 15% of the budget on things that the Liberian people use on a daily basis. Did they accomplish that promise? My answer is no. We look at the budget. The budget is 92.5% on government expenditure, something we have never seen before. This is the first time 92% of the budget is being spent on running the government, and 7.5% is spent on public sector investment. So the government could not accomplish that we promised that it will accomplish in 100 days. Now they may say that the budget is done. How can you promise that you will invest 15% of the budget on public sector investment programs, and you did not even come close? You promised 15%, you give us 7.5%. 7.5% is not even 50% of that 15% that you promised, because 8 and 7 gave you 15. The government puts in the budget 7.5%. This is a monumental failure of broken promise. You said in your own words, 15% of the budget will be spent on public sector investment, on roads, on hospitals, on schools, on water, on electricity. You made that big promise. That is something you should have achieved. You could cut till you get the 15% for our people. These are the people that elected you. And the very 15% you promised the people, you could not even meet them halfway. Amen. You give them 7.5%, not even 8% of what you promised. This is a monumental failure. This is a major promise broken in the 100 days. And it's important that we inform our government that you have broken a major promise. You were elected to not do business as usual. But what you have done here is even far more than business as usual. You have given the people far less than what you promised under the budget. And you are giving yourself far more. No wonder why Liberia does not progress in any significant way. We remain economically stagnant. We remain socially stagnant. The living condition of our people continue to deteriorate. Poverty is written on the faces of our people because what has been placed into the budget to improve the material conditions of our people is so minuscule, so insignificant, so negligible, and they treat our people without any sense of respect whatsoever. The budget is 100%. You can't even give your people 20%. You promise them 15%. You fail miserably to give them the 15%. You give them 7%, which is even far less than 50% of what you promised them. Well, I can't emphasize that enough. That is the government. So they said that they will review import and export permit declaration. Where are we with that? Under agriculture. They said they will complete, validate, and adapt Liberia Food Security Crisis Preparedness Plan and validate and adopt the zero post-harvest loss strategy of Liberia. So BB both they're speaking now for them to confuse our people. But what they say here is that they will complete and validate Liberia Food Security Crisis Preparedness Plan. Where is that plan? Ministry of Agriculture, where is Liberia Food Security Preparedness Plan? They said they will put a plan together that will prepare the nation when it comes to food security. In other words, there will be a plan to ensure that there's food sufficiency in Liberia. Where is that plan? Do we have it? The Ministry of Agriculture will tell us where we are 21 days to go. Where is the food security and preparedness plan for this nation, Liberia? How do we ensure that we have our staple on the market consistently and with a stable price that is affordable for Nambe, for Toba, for Mamusu, woman being Douala or Foya, or Bokonjide, or in Maryland? Do we have that? Hello, Ministry of Agriculture. We need you on this one. We have 21 days to go. We can't have children starving, and at the same time we expect their brain to work as they learn. Hello? So We are assessing the 100 days deliverable plan. And they said they will develop a national agricultural development plan, NADP. Where is the NADP, my people? Ministry of Agriculture. Do we have, or are we 90 days, 90% complete or completed with the development of the National Agricultural Development Plan? If someone is close to the Ministry of Agriculture, there are 2 plans they're supposed to come up with within 90 days. We have 21 days to go. Now, one of the things that they said in their plan that I like, they said there was going to be periodic updates. They said there will be periodic updates on all of these promises made. In other words, they will be coming to us at least a month later or 2 later to tell us where we are with the achievement, the accomplishment, the implementation of these promises. So I ask now, can we get updates on the national security and a national food security and food preparedness plan? Can we get update on where we are with the development of the National Agricultural Development Plan? More than likely, it's supposed to be prepared by the Ministry of Agriculture. Where are we with that? Hello? Someone must give all the update promised. Let's go on objective number 11, Foreign Affairs. Appointment of Foreign Service Inspector General and ambassadors at foreign missions, to put it right. I repeat. Appointment of a Foreign Service Inspector General. Has the president nominated, or has the Foreign Service Inspector General been appointed? I don't know. Do we have all our ambassadors are all foreign missions appointed? I don't know. And they went further by saying, pay outstanding obligation to foreign missions. By that they mean rent, salaries, and operational costs. Hello? So Liberia has embassies across the world in many countries. They are saying in 100 days, they will accomplish 2 major things. One, the Inspector General will be nominated, appointed, or selected, and will start work. I'm not sure that has been done. Maybe they did. I just didn't catch it, maybe. That's one. Has that been done? If that has not been done, they have 21 days to ensure that it's done. We want to know the Foreign Service Inspector General to be appointed. Number 2, they said they will appoint all ambassadors across all the foreign missions. How many ambassadors have they appointed now? Do we have all our embassies filled with ambassadors? Is there even a need for that? Do we even need to maintain all the embassies? Can we even afford that? That is another thing. But according to their plan, they don't care whether we can afford it. They will ensure that all the embassies and the foreign missions across the globe, ambassadors will be appointed and they will resume work. Within 100 days, we have 21 days to go. If there's a change of mind, it must be communicated. You know, in life, when reality sets in, you make adjustments. And that is the right thing to do. But when you are making adjustment, when you see one or when you see the need to do so, you must inform the people and do that in no time. That is in the interest of the country. Where are we? Do we have all our ambassadors appointed? In other words, do we have all our foreign missions receiving all the ambassadors that they should have to be working for us? The big one I want to also remind you of that is that within the 100 days, all arrears, we're talking about rent, operational costs, and arrears of all foreign missions will be paid in the past, that they will pay all the arrears. So we have all the embassies, they owe them money, the staff that are working there, they owe them salary, they owe rent. Sometimes the people can try to throw out, they try to evade us at some of these embassies. Our ambassadors will be begging on their knees. The new government is saying within 100 days that problem will be solved. We don't have to worry. That problem will be solved. And they will even update us on where we are. I don't know. I did not, catch any updates probably that was given in the last few days. Where are we? Have we paid all our arrears to all the foreign missions because we are renting these buildings or these offices that we're using as embassies across the country? Across the world. And they made that promise. Where are we with that? That's another promise they made. We want to know how far they are. Maybe I have to reach out to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. On tourism. Tourism is another big one. Review the working of the Bureau of Tourism at the Ministry of Information, Cultural Affairs and Tourism. Initiate the revitalization of key tourism sites. Explore Liberia's opportunity in the tourism industry. Submit a bill to establish a National Tourism Commission. They say they will look at all the tourism sites in Liberia. They will review them. They will look, they see whether they go, what we need to do, and so on and so forth. Have they done that? Ministry of Information, Cultural Affairs and Tourism. Have you done that? And they will also submit a bill on the Bureau of Tourism. Where are we? Has the bill been crafted? We got 21 days left. You said that bill will be submitted within 100 days. Mr. Minister of Information, do we have our bill? Is it all set and ready to go? The lawmakers should be waiting for it now. Is that something that is achievable within 100 days to submit the bill? And the main one I cared about, and I want to get a report on that, is they said they will explore Liberia's opportunity in the tourism sector. This is United Party that were in government for 12 years. United Party did not raise a penny under the tourism sector that is generating hundreds and hundreds of thousands, millions and millions, and in some countries, billions and billions. Tourism alone in Liberia, if we put in the work and make the necessary investment, Liberia can raise its budget to at least a pitiful billion just from the tourism sector. But we lack innovation. The United Party is brainless when it comes to innovation concerning the tourism sector. And I repeat that, and you heard me. The United Party is brainless, with no brain whatsoever, how to innovate the tourism sector to attract tourists to Liberia for us to make money. Liberia is uniquely and strategically positioned. Liberia has the history. Liberia has the tourism sector. We have the land space. When you're talking about the tropical rainforest in West Africa, Liberia has the highest tropical rainforest in West Africa. We have the Sapo National Park. This should be a place for researchers to come and see. We have beaches. We have the Atlantic Ocean. From all the way Maryland County, passing through my home county of Grand Crew, that has a natural harbor between my hometown of Sastan and Picklinsess, where former Senator Blamo Nelson is from, passing through Grasses, another beautiful place where the Portuguese, this business with the Southeasterners. I tried to go into a little bit of history here. Look, Liberia is a beauty. Liberia is like a piece of art. Our leaders, they are not conscious tax. When last a leader from Liberia came to the United States and said, I want to go visit Nazca, that place where the people pay go under the moon. I mean, has any Liberian leader developed interest when they want to go to war, bend people to borrow a few millions of dollars? No curiosity. When has the leader of Liberia come to America and say, look, I want to visit the CDC, the Center for Disease Control in America. I want to visit that headquarters and see what they do. In fact, I'm going to America. When your Liberians in America fit to follow me to see what has been done in that place there. Hello. Our leaders come to beg for bread. And when they get the bread, they squander the bread. This is why the leaders, America in particular, does not take us serious. Our leaders are not innovative. They are not bull-minded. They are sumo-minded. All of them. All of them. Until I can see one, it is just all of them. All of them. Why should Liberia be struggling to make money when we have a unique country called Liberia? Historically, tied to the United States of Liberia. When you look at slavery, our narrative on just the slavery alone should give for billions. You have millions of African Americans that should be going to Liberia. How can we tie our history to them? How can we make them to take ownership of Liberia? If I were president of Liberia right now, an American citizen must only apply for Liberian passport, and you are automatically a Liberian citizen, and you will be given a right to invest in Liberia. Probably leaders are jokers. They don't think. And you come up with a 100-day deliverable plan. It is not implementable in 100 days. When will these leaders get serious? We're talking about tourism here. In Africa, Liberia should be the place where everyone goes. Yes, Liberia, especially Americans, especially African Americans. Most of them, or some of them who are millionaires, they should be running to Liberia. Liberia should be their home. Huh? Why can't an American citizen just obtain a Liberian passport and with that application be a Liberian citizen and be allowed to make investment in Liberia? Why our leaders are not thinking about these things? Why is our Ministry of Information not informing the people of America about Liberia that it's a home for them? If you look at our first constitution, in the first constitution, it was said that, as a citizen of Liberia, you are automatically a citizen of America. And if you are a citizen of America, you're automatically a citizen of Liberia. That history, come on, man. The Ministry of Information has been dead. It has all along become, or has been, a propaganda arm of the government of Liberia, when it should be explaining, projecting the image of the country, what the country possesses, all right, the opportunities in that country, Liberia, talking about waters. We have lakes in Liberia. The lake in Cape Mount, I'm told, the beauty of it all. Do we even have a picture of it on the Ministry of Information's website? In my hometown of Sastan, there's a lake called Lake Tieba. Those who are from Sastan know about this. That lake is infested with alligators. The lake is like few steps away from the Atlantic Ocean. There's a little sandbar preventing that lake from just interacting with the sea, but it's a little stream that enters the Atlantic Ocean right there. What a beauty. And that entire body of water is surrounded by sand, pure white sand. That place should attract what you call researchers in the area of science. How many Liberians even know about that river, let alone the war? The wars you know about that place. Whose responsibility is that? The agency responsible for that is the Ministry of Information. Is the information ministry even aware of this lake I'm talking about? I'm not talking about Lake Shepherd, Lake Piso, and all of these lakes. We don't have them. We don't even have a functional website of the Ministry of Information where people should go, or the whole world should go and get to know the country Liberia. People should be coming to Liberia to research on democracy. Because if you look at Liberia's history, Liberia is the oldest democracy in Africa. Joseph Jenkins Rabor, Stephen A. Benson, Daniel B. Warner, and on. We're having elections. Elections were being held 4 years after every 4 years. And there was a peaceful transfer of power. This is not new. We have done this, people. Yeah, but even you, the Liberian people, you go wild show where you're causing Marcos. You think you're going somewhere with that. You're not serious yet. And you want your country to get better, but you are watching insults and you fill your brain with nonsense. Yes, that's why you do. All of you. Maybe you have sisters, some of you, not all of you. Put that one back, okay? The nation Liberia remains the focus, and we are assessing the president's 100 days deliverable. And folks, I will stop this far to tell you this much and conclude the broadcast. The 100 days deliverable filled with promises that the government promised that it will accomplish in 100 days. 79 days to this same President Boakai got in office. 21 days left for him to mark 100 days in office. All of the promises made that they will accomplish in 100 days, it's obvious that they will not succeed. We're accomplishing those promises or fulfilling the promises in the 100 days promise. First, the government failed to have a government completed within at least 30 days to have at least 70 days left. They didn't do so. Up to now, the government is yet to be formed completely. That's point number one. That makes it difficult. Number two, they need money to accomplish these things. The government does not have the money. They should have known that they don't have money for all of these things. I agree, some of these things, you really don't need money much to get these things done. You needed the people to do so. The promise of no car stuck in the mud. We have 21 days left. Where are we? Is it possible that all the major roads will be pliable within the 100 days, now 21 days left? No, I don't think so. Do they have people in the fields already or on these roads, working on these roads to make sure that they are pliable? I know for a fact that they are doing some, but in 21 days, they can't get it all, and they will not get it done. It will not be done, people. That's just the reality. Now, I will make a suggestion to the government. It's always good to be ambitious. I think the government was ambitious. I gave it to them for that. It's always good to be ambitious. It's always good to be bold. But one thing I will not accept, when you promise that you will give up periodic reports to tell us where we are with these promises, the government is yet to give us significant report on these major promises made. But now that you know that you have 21 days left, and these promises are not achievable within the remaining 21 days out of the 100 days, what do? You can come up with something to say, look, I think we're a little more ambitious. We are extending the time now. Instead of 100 days, we're pushing it to 200 days, and in 200 days time, these things will get accomplished. I will commend the government for that. Reality is reality. To ignore reality is to not respect or to not exhibit any understanding of what you're doing whatsoever. So when reality is set in, accept reality, be honest with your people and tell us, look, we thought we could do this in 100 days. It has become clear now that it cannot be done in 100 days. This is why we've been able to accomplish. This is why it's left. And even tell us whether you have accomplished 10%, 5%, 16%, and that you have maybe 100% left. And if you know that within maybe 79 days or 80 days, you only accomplish 20% or 10%, whatever the percentage is that you have accomplished, you will not have an idea how much time you need to complete the remaining promises. And then you can inform us, well, we will do this in 2 years or 1 year. Can the government do that for us? Can the government be honest for us and do the most honorable thing? Well, we wait to see. Folks in cyberspace, my name is Ansony Sieh. I brought you yet another analytical piece of the hour of politics here at Focus on Liberia, where we educate, we elevate and promote all things Liberia. We taught to give you an assessment of President Boakai's 100 days deliverable, 21 days left to go. And we can report to you, it is unlikely, it is not possible, it is not achievable that this government will achieve, will succeed and accomplish its 100 days deliverable as outlaid in its 100 days deliverable plan that remains a draft. This government will not succeed, will not achieve that. It is sad that the promise has been made and it has been broken. We, as a media institution, want to commend the government for even coming up with a plan, even though it remains a draft, which is unfortunate, but at least they made some effort to do so. Now that they have come to the realization that they cannot accomplish all of these things laid out in this plan, it is best for them to go back to the drawing board and extend the time and remain on course with these promises. If you promise your son and you can accomplish that in day one, maybe you can accomplish that the next year, your son will be a happy person. That is the right thing to do. So until we catch you again, when we do, my name is Ansony Sieh, Sieh. I am the host of the Hour of Politics here at Focus on Liberia. We will be here as much as possible every Tuesdays to bring you either an interview or something analytical that is ongoing in Liberia. Until then, enjoy the song that says we are all Liberians. Enjoy that song, and we will see you soon. Thank you. We love you all, and bye-bye.
We are Liberians. Liberia is our home. Liberian people. Liberia.